Hi, everybody. I wanted to share with you a topic that most people love, dating. Most people are interested in it. This is from the Everything Dating book by Alison Dunham. I'm going to summarize chapter 4 for you. But before I do that, I want to ask you to please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a message about dating if you'd like. Chapter 4 is called Meeting People. And one of the first things she says is your active dating experience begins with an attraction formed by a first impression. But you first have to put yourself out there. The best way to do this is to use your tried and true methods in new, exciting ways. New activities will enhance your life as well as boost your chances of finding love. So the first part of the chapter is called Personal Introductions and Blind Dates. She says personal introductions don't always result in great matches, but they are one of the most common and time-honored ways to get people together. It says it gives you a chance to quickly size the other person up and see if you have any chemistry. She talks about blind dates. She says blind dates, though similar to personal introductions, are a particularly frightening prospect for some people. These are the most risky setups because you are meeting someone you've never seen and haven't chosen. Blind dates have a bad rap, but they have successfully joined countless grateful couples. She talks about bars and clubs. She says bars and clubs are popular places to meet people, especially if you enjoy drinking, dancing, dressing up, and being in a high-energy atmosphere. She says these types of places don't encourage the kind of interpersonal interaction you need to make good connections. These are usually superficial and based on first impressions, like if somebody's eye-catching or something like that, but you really don't get to know them. Alert. If you're not into one-night stands, limit your drinking so you can use good judgment and avoid anyone who is obviously only looking for a good time. Also, if you go searching for a date at a bar or club, you might consider bringing a friend along with you. This way you can keep an eye on each other and fight off any undesirable attention. Singles bars and singles dances are a better bet, but still a poor choice if you are serious about meeting and dating. She says meeting and eating activities. She says food and love go together, and a great way to meet quality people are meeting and eating activities. She gives a progressive dinners. She says if you like musical chairs as a child, you'll love this adult version, where no one is eliminated and everyone wins. Here's how it works. A group of singles meets at a restaurant, and each person gets a number. After each course or time period, maybe 20 minutes, those with odd numbers move one space around the table clockwise, and those with even numbers move one space counterclockwise. This gives everyone a chance to sit and chat with everyone else. If you don't make a match, you still have enjoyed good food and conversation. Here's an essential she notices. She also lists like bring a friend dinners, which is another progressive way. She says blind date dinners. Essential. It takes great organizational skills to plan a progressive dinner, but you can usually find advertisements for them in singles-oriented publications on the internet and as featured events promoted by the restaurant. These dinners usually have a set fee, which includes the tip. Drinks may be extra, and you must reserve your place in advance. Here's a fact. Whether you choose a cooking class, wine or liquor tasting event, or any variation of singles dining, meeting, and eating activities are enjoyable ways to pair good food, good beverages, and good people. Also, a table full of food and drinks will always give you something to talk about when conversation starts to halt. Speed dating. She says typically the women are seated on one side of a table or tables, and the men line up in front of them. Each couple gets 3 or 4 minutes to chat and keeps notes on the conversation. So you get to meet people that are coming to the same type of event 3 or 4 minutes at a time. Alert. Whether in person or online dating, speed dating is fast paced and not for everyone. You are making choices based on quick first impressions, limited information, and possibly flawed assumptions. On the plus side, if you like the idea of meeting lots of potential partners quickly, it's worth trying to see if it's fun for you. Okay, continuing education and singles travel. She talks about like if you're going to college or something like that, that's a good place to meet new people because you both have a similar interest and you could talk about things like that. Fact, she says adult education classes aren't restricted to singles, So when you register, don't be shy about asking which of the classes is likely to attract the most singles. Other things she lists, she suggests taking like adult education classes. She says a lot of towns offer them. Learning center seminars. One type of class that always been popular is ballroom dancing, she says. She says travel is another great way to continue your education, but it also includes a bit more romance, intrigue, and excitement. So you get to meet, go with someone and learn about a new place. Volunteering, she says, is a good way to meet new people with like-minded interests. You get to meet people, you're talking to people while you're volunteering. She lists religious institutions and special interest groups are a good way. Here's an alert. At a religious event, just don't make a beeline for the singles. Be friendly to everyone. Let it be known to others in your congregation that you are single and looking. It's a sure bet that some of them will know someone they think is perfect for you and will be more eager to arrange an introduction. She talks about weddings and funeral. She says weddings provide a very romantic setting. She says when you go to a wedding, don't be shy and sit out the dancing and toast to the bride and groom. These are good ways to honor the couple, get yourself noticed, and make connections. She also talks about how a lot of people are actually now starting to meet each other at funerals. Okay, what about office romance? The workplace is a natural breeding ground for romance, she says, because you're spending so much time with people. Surely, if you see someone who's attractive, you're going to, they might be interested in. She says, however, it is risky because, like, if it doesn't work out, then you have to work with that person from now on, and that could affect both your job, that could affect you and that person's relationship, ability to work together. She says many companies, here's an alert, many companies have very definite policies about workplace fraternization. Not every employer thinks love at work is a beautiful thing. Always make sure you know what your official company policy is before you dip your toe into the love at work waters. She talks about matchmaking and dating services. She says matchmakers and personal dating services, including video dating services, have been helping to make successful love connections for singles for a long time. She says here's an essential about that. Know how a dating service works before you sign up. Some rely on quantity, not quality, and just match bodies to bodies with the thinnest of criteria. Others will search extensively for exactly what you are seeking. Still others may recruit help from outside of their service. Matchmakers and dating services might be a good option for you if you are super busy, very selective, or not willing to try it on your own. She says before you sign up, check things out with the Better Business Bureau to see if there are any complaints against the agency on file. She talks about video dating is good too, but it's also a way if you're not very really like attractive or you're not good on camera, it might not be a good way for you. She talks about personal ads. One of the easiest, most exciting and fun ways to meet potential is to put an ad in the personal section. And then she goes on to talk about how to write an ad. She says if you've written an ad, separate the responses into piles. Those who meet your requirements, those who are weaker possibilities, and the obvious no-nos. Okay, then she ends the chapter with 6 steps for making careful, considerate contact. Here are 6 steps you can follow when making contact with someone whose personal ads has caught your attention. Here's one of them. Call or agree to talk only when you really have the time. Don't call when you've got to catch a train in 10 minutes or pick up your children from school. So she lists like 6 of these different ways. Another one was keep the first conversation short and let the other person know whether or not you'd like to have more contact. If you do exchange phone numbers or email, never addresses. Leave this for when you've gotten to know each other. Here's another one. Once you make a date to meet in person, keep the contact short, inexpensive, and public. A coffee bar is a good choice. Never meet in a private place or in your own home. She says at the end of your initial conversation, if you decide you don't want to have more contact, be clear about it, and don't be offended if someone doesn't want to meet you. The most tactful way to indicate lack of interest is we really don't have as much in common as I'd hope. You deserve someone who is right for you, and I can clearly am not that. I think it would be best if we don't take up any more of each other's time. So once again, this was chapter 4 of the book, The Everything Dating Book. Please like the video, leave a message, subscribe to the page. Hope your dating goes great.